everybody. This is Miss David, your school social worker. I wanted to take a moment to say hello and to also remind you to make wise choices and decisions during our break. So we're going to take a moment and go over our PowerPoint about being impulsive and how important it is to stop and to think before we react to something that we're going through, okay? So let's take a look at what impulsive means. So have you ever found yourself eating that fourth slice of pizza or extra set of cookies, tapping your foot along the music or dancing along, even picking up your cell phone or tablet without having a reason for doing it? Well, that is called impulsivity, and it is any strong desire that we have to do something. It's resisting that extra cookie. It could be jumping on a bed. It could be making the decision to fight with a sibling or a peer or pick at them like in this bottom picture. It can even be making the decision to remain patient in a situation where we are just so ready to do something, right? So let's take a moment to look at a video between Chris and Maria. And I want you guys to take a moment and make note of any impulsive behaviors that you see Maria doing or that you see Chris doing, okay? So let's get into it.
Because I'm sitting in the lucky red chair. Good thing I have another book at my desk. I'll be right back. Hey, Maria. You're in my chair. I need you to move.
It's not your chair, it's a classroom chair.
But I wasn't done with it. I just got up to get another book.
We have to take turns, Chris.
That's not fair. It's still my turn.
But I wasn't done.
No, get out of my chair. I just got up to get another book.
Chris? Maria? What's going on?
Miss Flowers, Maria won't get out of my chair.
Chris, why don't you sit in the yellow or blue chair?
I don't want to sit in those.
When you came back and saw Maria was in the red chair, did you ask her politely if you could have it back?
No, I told her she was in my chair and she had to get out.
Oh. You were being impulsive. Chris, the chairs belong to us all. We have to learn how to take turns and share them. And that means letting others have their turns as well.
But it's my favorite.
You were upset, but telling Maria she has to give the chair back to you isn't the right way to talk to her. You're not managing your impulsivity.
Managing my impulsivity? How do I do that?
By stopping and thinking before you do or say something. Here, let's try it right now. When you came back and saw Maria was in the red chair, what happened?
I told her I wanted the red chair back and that she had to move.
That was being impulsive.
Oh, it was?
Yes. You reacted to seeing Maria in the chair without thinking about what you were doing first. Now imagine you and Maria traded places and she ran up to you and told you to move. How would you feel?
Hey, Chris, that's my chair. I need you to move.
I would be upset because I was already sitting there.
What would you tell Maria?
I would tell her that we have to take turns and share.
Sound familiar?
Mm-hmm.
When you rushed up and told Maria to move, you didn't stop and take the time to think about what you were doing. You were being impulsive.
Oh.
Now think how you could react differently next time. I can tell by that smile that you must have thought of something much better to say. Tell Maria what you'd say next time.
Hey, Maria? The red chair is my favorite. May I have it back when you're done?
Of course. I only sat here because Peter was in my favorite chair, the green one. Puss in Boots. Whoever heard of a cat in clothes? That's just silly.
Now, wasn't that much easier than fighting over it?
Managing impulsivity was much easier.
And by managing your impulsivity, you were also able to talk to Maria like a friend, instead of being demanding and rude.
I did.
Excellent. Now, Chris, can you tell me what you learned from this?
That I should stop and think about what I say before I say it.
When we manage our impulsivity, it gives us time to make sure our words are helpful and not hurtful.
Stop, think, act.
That's it.
I'm sorry for being impulsive about the chair, Maria.
It's okay, Chris. Thank you for apologizing.
You know, my book is really funny. Want to read it with me?
Sure.
Okay, guys. And looking at the video. Okay. And looking at the video, did you guys notice any impulsive behaviors that either Chris or Maria showed? I think that with Chris, had he taken a moment to stop and think before he reacted, with Maria, things may have gone differently in that situation, right? Okay. So the way that we can manage our impulsive behaviors or our impulsivity is through self-control. And self-control is just our ability to stop and think before we make any choice or decision. It's also being in charge of the way that we think, the things that we say, the things that we do, and the way that we treat others, right? So here is a list of good choices and bad choices. So, for example, following instructions would be an example of a good choice. And not following instructions, disobeying, is an example of a bad choice. Let's say bringing a broken toy to a parent is a good choice, while taking a toy away from a friend is a poor choice. We can choose to keep our hands to ourselves as a good choice, or we can choose to hit a peer or a friend as a bad choice, right? So let's take a moment and go through a quick activity about choices, okay? So, keeping our hands to ourselves, is that a good choice or a poor choice? I think that that is a good choice, so we're going to move it right here. Yelling at a friend, is that a good choice or a poor choice? I think that it could be a poor choice. Listening to directions. So, is that a good choice or a poor choice? I think that is listening to directions is a good choice. Asking for permission. I think that could be a good choice or a poor choice. I think that that's a good choice, right? Calling people mean names. Is that a good choice or a poor choice? That is a poor choice. Saying please and thank you. Is that a good choice or a poor choice? Let's put this in a good choice. Okay? So guys, here are some tips that you guys could do at home to practice self-control. The first one, you can stretch. You can hold your arms out like this. You can hold them up above your head. Stretch this way. Stretch that way. You can drink water or have a healthy snack. You can give yourself time and space to just relax, right? And you can also take 5 deep breathing. And that's when we inhale up our thumb, exhale down our thumb. Inhale up our pointer finger, exhale down our pointer finger. Inhale up our middle finger, exhale down our middle finger, right? And another simple thing that you can do, something that's really just simple and fun, you can play a game of Simon Says. So let's go. Simon Says, raise your hand. Okay? Simon Says, raise your other hand. Simon Says, point to your nose. Simon Says, point to your chin. Simon Says, point to your eyes. Reach for the sky. If you reach for the sky like I just did, that is an example of impulsivity, okay? And we should always take a moment to stop and think before we do anything. And that's something that I want you guys to remember. Remember to make wise choices, and as always, #345. Remember that I love you, I care about you, and that I am here for you. If you need me, you can email me. You can also reach me on Google Chat in the group in the Google Chat, it's MEMS social worker, and I'm there every day between 1 and 3 o'clock if you want to reach out to me. Also, the Stop It app is up and running for any worries or concerns that you guys may want to talk about, okay? Be safe and take care. Bye-bye.